In today's Daily Business Booster, I'm going to give you a few tips that have helped me with time management as a new entrepreneur. Now, just a quick backstory. I started my entrepreneurial dreams as a new parent of twins. And so already my time was extremely limited. And so what I had to do, quite honestly, is get rid of old stuff, get rid of stuff that wasn't important, that wasn't ultimately helping me reach my goal of full-time income and firing my boss. And so I got rid of video games. What you can do is look around. First, what I recommend that you do is track your time. Where is your time going? We all have the same 24 hours in a day. I know that we feel like we're busy, we don't have time, but if you actually track your time, you'll see that you probably have one or two things that you could afford to give up. So step number one, track your time. Step number two, give up things that aren't actually bringing you joy, bringing you pleasure, or working towards your dreams or goals. Now, while video games and watching sports did bring me joy and pleasure, I always looked at it like, why am I watching other people live out their dreams when I could be working and building my own dreams? And my dream was ultimately to be my own boss. And if your dream is not that strong, then you got to reevaluate and reassess what you're thinking and what you're doing. Track your time. There's an online planner. I don't have it in front of me. Oh, it's right here. So here's the exact one that I use. It tracks all the way through all 24 hours. And so you can actually put a to-do list. I also, the step number 3 is a to-do list. So those are probably the big things. First, track your time. Second, eliminate things that you can live without. You don't need to watch Netflix because it's essentially always on. All the streaming platforms are always on. With sporting events, if you can't tear yourself away from the NFL, I understand, just watch your team play. The NFL is on for 12 hours on Sundays, also on Monday and Saturdays and Thursdays, all like basically every day. Only watch your team, okay? And another thing you can do is you could essentially work on your commercial breaks. So be efficient. If you plan on going this route and working on your commercial breaks, make sure that you have a list. Make sure you have everything that you need right in front of you so that you can be as efficient with your time. Another thing that I recommend is to batch create your content. And basically what I mean by that is, let's say you're going to do TikTok or YouTube. Spend one day coming up with content ideas. So if you're going to do 5 content ideas or 5 videos, write them all down, write your outline, write your framework. The next day, make all your videos. So I'll give you a perfect example. Today's Friday. I might go out and find 10 video ideas for YouTube. On Saturday, I could sit down and make 5 YouTube videos, and then on Sunday, I can edit them. When you batch create your content, that allows you to, not feel like you're always creating content. It allows you to be in that creative mode, and you'll be able to get more done in limited time. So those are the best tips that I have for you. I also will recommend, you probably heard me say this before, use the margins of your time. So again, if you get a lunch break, instead of spending the entire hour on eating lunch and scrolling on TikTok, use 30 minutes of that time and the other 30 minutes to work on something. If you get a smoke break, take out your smartphone and make notes. There is plenty of time. If your kids are in soccer practice or baseball, instead of sitting around for that hour and scrolling, that could be a time where you're working on something. So we all have the time we need to be successful. It's just really how you manage your time. And I think the tips that I provided will allow just about anybody to find additional time. Even if you're working 12-hour shifts, most likely you're probably not just coming straight home and falling asleep. Of course, I understand you've got to play with your kids and maybe cook dinner, things of that nature. Even then, I think that we still have time if we choose to take advantage of it. So those were my tips for today. Hopefully I didn't go over 3 minutes. Okay, a little bit over. Those are my tips for today. Let me know what you think.